Codaline, Honest, on Wave 105. It's Sunday night with Simon Clarke, and it's time to prepare you for the coming 7 days. It's 5 things you need to know about next week with columnist and blogger Vicky Charles. Hello.
Hello.
What's the first thing we need to know about next week?
It's half term.
Hey!
If you've not got kids, stay indoors.
Yeah, don't try to go to the gym if you haven't got kids.
God, no, don't go swimming or anything.
It'll be full of them. Coffee shops as well. They'll be crawling everywhere.
Oh my gosh. Attack of the children.
Yes. So, what's going on in half term?
Marwell have got Nuts About Nature and Critter Close-Ups, which I think is daily there, so you can just plod along, go and visit the animals, but they've got lots of interactive things to join in with.
There's always lots going on at large venues such as Marwell and Polton's and places like that, but there's also some more unique things happening.
Yeah, I Love My Mummy. Not
Right.
what you think. At Red House Museum in Christchurch, they've got an ancient Egypt thing. They've got the Mummy Returns exhibition, and they've got a few bits and bobs for kids to tie in with that. So
It's on the curriculum for Hampshire schools at the moment, so maybe if your kids are studying the Egyptians, or they haven't yet, it might be worth going to pay a visit to that. So,
definitely.
There are more ideas on things to do and places to go, of course, during half-term on wave105.com. Now, what's the second thing we need to know about next week?
Pancake Day!
A personal favourite of yours?
Oh, I love pancakes.
They are cheap, they are easy. You wake up, you think, what can I have today? I know, pancakes. Who doesn't have the essential pancake ingredients kicking around in their house?
Oh, I can't wait. We're going to have pancakes for every meal that day.
What sort of toppings?
Well, my daughter's quite funny, so we'll make like American-style pancakes with raisins in them, and she just has margarine on top of them.
And there's always lots of events happening on Pancake Day in the area.
There's a pancake race in Wimborne around the Minster.
Mm-hmm.
There's another one in Christchurch, another one in Waterlooville.
So many places have them. Right,
Brilliant.
What's the third thing we need to know about next week?
The X Factor Live Tour is in the BIC on Wednesday and Thursday this week.
Now, just to remind people, Vicky doesn't have a television. Well, she does have a television, but she doesn't have an aerial for the television. So X Factor passes you by every year.
Do you know what? Even when I had a telly, I actually, this is funny, I did meet one of the X Factor people when I was at ITV. Didn't know who he was. I was like, oh, hi, morning, hello.
That was the morning that you were on with Philip and Amanda Holden on
The
this morning.
Scof, yes. He gave me a hug and a kiss. I haven't washed since.
So, X Factor Live Tour, BIC on Wednesday. That's the third thing we need to know about next week. What's the fourth?
All next week, it's EastEnders' 30th anniversary, but on Friday they've got a fully live episode, the entire half hour.
Which is compulsive viewing, even if you don't watch EastEnders, just to make sure that everything works.
The last time, I just remember, the last time they did this was with Bradley, I think when Bradley died.
This is when he fell off the roof.
Yeah, he was on a bridge or something and jumped, and you had to watch it just to see how they were going to pull that off live, but they did it quite well. So they have got live, what they're calling live inserts all week. On Thursday, we're going to finally find out who killed Lucy. I don't even have a telly, and I want to know who blooming killed Lucy, just so people will shut up about it. I think it was Rowley, the dog.
I think it's safe to say that Rowley the dog didn't do it.
No, well, another person who probably didn't do it is Peggy, but she's coming back. She's coming to visit the Vic, just for a one-off. Joe Joyner, who was Tanya, I think, and John Partridge, who was the token gay, they're coming back for a wedding.
And what's the fifth and final thing we need to know about next week?
This is my favourite one. Remember, we've mentioned the Coliseum before in Bournemouth, the smallest cinema. They've got Boyhood on Saturday. Obviously, if you want to go, book early, because they've only got a few seats.
About 30, I think.
Something like that,
it's in the Westbourne Arcade, isn't it?
Yes. So they've got, they always have they don't stick to because they're an indie, they don't have to stick to what's released this week. They've got a few different ones going on, but they've got Boyhood on Saturday, and that's going to be fantastic after it won 3 BAFTAs last week. The one thing, did you see when they won Best Picture and they all came up on the stage, Ella Coltrane made a really good speech, which seemed to have been off the cuff, although he had typed it, I think, into his mobile. But he kind of said, there's all these films about flashbangs and all this business, and our story's just about life. And the fact that the film has done so well suggests that perhaps life is a bit more interesting than any of us lets on, which I thought was quite nice.
I didn't see it when it was around first time. I am keen to really see it. Maybe this is going to be the perfect opportunity, but I'll have to book quickly, because now you've mentioned it, everyone's going to go to the Coliseum. So that's 5 things you need to know about next week. If you'd like to find out more about any of those topics, then you can read Vicky's blog, which is
singlemotherahoy.com.
And now, Foreigner, Cold as Ice on Wave 105. We'll see you next week.
Bye.